Hello everyone, my name is Divya. I'm joining you guys from Dallas, USA. I'm here to share my spiritual journey with you and how I have implemented all the spiritual concepts I have learned into my daily life. My spiritual journey started when I was 16 years old, and that was a time I moved away from my parents to get better education opportunities. I joined a boarding school, and the education system in my boarding school was very fast paced, and there's so much of competition and expectation. This stress has taken toll on me both physically and mentally. I lost interest in my life, and my self confidence level has depleted, and I was unable to sleep at night and had developed so many fears and phobias about examinations. Friends, that was the time my mother Padma introduced me to pyramid meditation. I thought to give it a try. I used to meditate for about 10-15 minutes before my study hours, between my sessions, and even before sleeping. And this routine has really helped me a lot. I was able to become peaceful and calm. I slowly regained my self-confidence levels, was able to sleep better, and I had so much of focus and memory. And this routine continued for a few more months, and by the end of the second year I have graduated with my college with flying colors. My grades has improved a lot, and there was this huge difference in my grades. I have improved by 11% compared to the first year marks, and which surprised my parents and as well as my teachers. Since then, learning has become so much fun, and my life has become more purposeful and meaningful. And I have become a huge fan of pyramid philosophy, and I have read many books by PSSM masters and Brahmarshi Patriji. Some of the books I read were Jonathan Little Siegel by Richard Bach, You Forever by Lobsang Rampa, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma, Toltec Four Agreements by Don Michael Gross, Soul's Journey by Peter Richello. I also attended many events organized by PSSM masters, and also attended many senior most pyramid masters. And the next few years of life, I did so much of research and spent so much of time analyzing and understanding the concepts I have learned, and also implemented so many concepts and got wonderful benefits from them. Later on in my life, I have got married to my husband Kanishka in 2009, and being in a new relationship took a toll on me again, both physically and mentally. We both used to have fights and arguments constantly, and the life felt like scary roller coaster drive. And again, the concept that helped me to build my relationship were soul's journey and having patience. So, in the concept of soul science says that we all are souls, and we all choose our own life partners and our parents, kids, even before we are born. This concept really enlightened me, and it really helped me to build my relationship with my husband. Every night before I sleep, I used to analyze myself. How can I be better the next day, and what is the teaching trying to teach me? When I question myself, I used to get the answers in my meditation, and I used to apply these answers in the following day. With this routine, slowly the bond between us got stronger, and now we are proud parents of two young boys, 6-year-old son Rishi and 1-year-old son Agastya. And as I move on into my life, the next phase was to pursue my career in USA. I'm a physical therapist by profession. In order to work here as physical therapist, I need to give a license, and I have to give an exam called National Physical Therapy Examination. This exam is one of the toughest exams, and they have many phobias and judgments about this exam. They said that not all Indian students would clear this exam the first attempt. They may take few or many attempts to clear this. The concepts that helped me to clear this exam were thought power, affirmations, and pyramid energy. And I was able to clear my exam the first attempt. I always used to constantly replace my negative thoughts with the positive thoughts with affirmations. The next phase of life was to find a dream job I was looking for. Despite of having all the education qualifications and a work visa, I had trouble finding the job. The concept that really helped me to find my job was law of giving. I set an intention to myself. If I find this job, I'm going to donate 10% of my salary for spiritual service. So within a week of setting this intention, I was into the job I was looking for. That was a miracle of love giving has been there in my life. The next phase of my life was pregnancy and childbirth. Like all the women in the world, I too had many fears and phobias about pregnancy and my life and the changes in my life that are going to come after a delivery. Despite of all these fears, during meditation, I started inviting a soul to be my child for this lifetime. Within few weeks, I came to know I was pregnant. My pregnancy progressed so well, and every day during pregnancy, I used to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I used to meditate and do yoga. This routine really helped me to get stronger both physically and mentally. And I used to call this time as baby time. And I used to work full time, and I used to travel a lot. It's about 70 miles away from my place, my job location. I used to travel a lot, and after 4 or 5 months of pregnancy, this traveling has to get toll on me physically. Then I thought I need to have a better job which is very close to my home. Then I communicated that with my baby. I told my baby, yes, this job is not going to benefit you and me, and we need to find a better job closer to my home. I did everything I need to do physically. I took my baby's help and asked the baby to work and get the things ready in the astral level. Within a month, I got a job which is just 5 miles away from my home. And my pregnancy progressed so well. And one day, in my 9th month of pregnancy, myself, my mom, and my husband were discussing about potential baby names. Rishi was one of the names we were discussing. After lunch, I was relaxing the reclining sofa, and I put my finger on my tummy and said, "Oh, your name is Rishi." And I saw a huge movement in my belly like than ever before. And that confirmed me, yes, my name is Rishi. So I just put it to myself, I didn't share it with anyone. And my pregnancy progressed so well, and I was into labor. And as soon as my baby was born, my husband and me named him as Rishi. And whilst I'm giving birth to my baby, I was in a no mind state, and all the doctors and nurses felt like angels welcoming Rishi into this world. And I had a beautiful pregnancy and childbirth experience. In the year 2018, I happened to go to one of the world's toughest trekking called Everest Base Camp Trek. This trekking was to Mount Everest Base Camp. Mount Everest is one of the highest mountain peaks in the world. I somehow felt I have to go there, so I made all the plans, and I went there. It was about 15 days trek, and we have to hike about 125 miles, and with the altitude about 5,400 meters above the sea level. It's around 20,000 feet above the sea level. So when you're in that altitude, you have less oxygen. And the concepts that helped me to overcome all the challenges during the trek were self-love, gratitude, and Toltec 4 agreements. For example, I had so many friends and other tour guides. They used to judge me looking at my fitness level and all those things, but I told myself, I'm not taking all these judgments personally. I'm going to do my best. And on the way back, suddenly the temperature in the changed so drastically, and it dropped to -4 degrees. It was raining, and all of a sudden I was unable to move my left leg. My left leg is not listening to my mind, and I was trying to push myself, and I tried to drag my foot and take few more steps to reach the nearest accommodation. And within few minutes, the right leg also stopped communicating. And due to extreme cold, my hands got so numb, I was unable to hold the trekking poles. And slowly, within few seconds, my eyelids are drooping as I'm unable to sleep. Within few seconds, I was unable to talk, unable to communicate with the tour guides, and my eyelids were drooping. It almost felt like I was taking my last breath. So as I closed my eyes, I told myself, I'm not dying here. I have so much to contribute to the world. And setting this affirmation, setting this intention, I closed my eyes. I was unconscious for 3 hours. The tour guides took turns and carrying me on their backs to the nearest accommodation. And within few hours, I regained my conscious levels and come back alive. And the next day of the trek is supposed to be 16 hours long trek. We have to walk up to the nearest town in that place. And I started doubting myself after having this near-death experience. My body felt so weak, and I was mentally and physically so exhausted. I felt like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to manage the next day and walk for 16 hours. The next day, as we started the trek, before we started the trek, I massaged my whole body and telling you the gratitudes to each part of the body, and started my trek. Surprisingly, friends, I was able to manage 16 hours trek, and I really was amazed about the potential of the physical body, what the physical body can do, and how it can stretch its limitations. And we hiked for 4 more days and came back to nearest town, and our trip was successful. I got a few insights during the trek. We have to accept ourselves as we are, and we have to accept others and people around us as they are. We are also 50% physical and 50% spiritual. We are actually both. We have come here to experience both physicality and spirituality. Friends, these are some of the experiences in my life I had. I hope that my experience inspired some of you to take meditation as a serious practice into your life. And since I have benefited so much from meditation and spirituality, I felt I need to give this to the people around me. Since 2010, I have been actively taking roles in promoting meditation, vegetarianism, and pyramid energy to all the people around me in Dallas and also in Atlanta in USA. Thank you.